The 5 key leadership styles needed in any organization. In 1964, David Merrill and Roger Reed created a model for predicting selling and management. They discovered people's behaviors and actions can be consistent, and they identified 4 patterns across the scales of assertiveness and responsiveness: the driver, the expressive, the amiable, and the analytical. If this sounds familiar to you, it's because Myers-Briggs, Predictive Index, and DISC are all based on this model. This is how you discover your archetype, your reducing valve. Now, this work is about becoming more of who you are and less of who you've been trying to become. Isn't it easier? The assessment is simply observable behavior. There are no judgments, and it is not a personality profile. It's about your interpretation. Here are the 5 key leadership roles. The producer's role is to be functional, and their output is what you do. The administrator's role is to be systemic. Their output is how you do it. Entrepreneur's role is to be proactive. Their output is why. The integrator's role is to be organic and bring teams together. Their output is who does it, and the pragmatist's role is to be the voice of reason, to be rational. Their output is when you do it. All companies are created with 2 opposing forces: the balance between flexibility and control. As companies grow, the gap between flexibility and control are called problems. Now, these are particularly normal problems, but once in a while you detect certain abnormal problems while you're growing. You have to catch these early. These are the ones to focus on, because abnormal problems can become pathological at a later stage of the company's life cycle. Once you're aging, all problems are abnormal because control exceeds flexibility. And my friend Dr. Ichak Adizes says, prime is sort of a space, an area which is the perfect balance between flexibility and control. That's where we want to be as an organization. So here's how 4 behaviors became 5 leadership styles. You have the extrovert task-oriented producer, the extroverted people-oriented integrator, the introverted people-oriented pragmatist, and the introverted task-oriented administrator. But there is one that's a combination of 2, and that is entrepreneurial energies. While producers covet effectiveness, integrators covet consensus, pragmatists covet peace, administrators covet efficiency, entrepreneurs covet change. These become the 5 key energies needed, and it's all based on your natural behavior style. And the 5 energies are these archetypes, and these are the archetypes every organization needs to have. Producers output what you do, administrators systemize how you do it, entrepreneurs are proactive in why you do it, integrators is who, and the pragmatist or the voice of reason when you do it. All companies have life cycles. They start as a dream stage, they're born, they're in infancy. What's mother's milk to an infant company? Sales or cash? Finally, one day, the market hits and the company is making money, but systems and processes are weak and the infrastructure can't scale. So the company needs to grow up to adolescence. There is a specific leadership style needed at each stage to evolve to the next stage of the company's life cycle. This is how you scale a business. The key is to know, out of these 5 energies, which one are you representing the most of, and who do you need to bring on your team to have balance?